I don't think about it.
And I've got my shells with the wicks all set out and ready.
About you leaving me.
So a few months back, I made a video where I took thrifted glassware and turned them into candles. I've started collecting some other objects that I felt could be turned into candles. And so today we're going to be turning some more unique vessels from the thrift store into candles. For this first candle DIY, I'm going to be using all thrifted materials, starting with these thrifted seashells and thrifted tea lights. I'm just going to be taking the wick from the tea lights and adding it to the seashells, and these will be little seashell tea lights. It's as simple as that. So let's get started with our first candle DIY. I'm going to start picking out a few shells that I think would work well for candles. Like this one would be good because it's pretty large. And I'll just pick out the good ones now, and I can always narrow it down later. But I mean, we do have a lot of tea lights, so we can probably make quite a few. Oh, that's interesting.
Are you hearing my words I'm saying to you? 'Cause I'm looking in your eyes, you're looking past mine, but I'm just trying.
So these are all the shells that I think are good enough to have a candle, and I'm just gonna pick out probably maybe 5 that I think are the best. I mean, again, we have so many tea lights. This one for sure. Okay, I guess we'll start with this chunk, and I'll just set these aside in case I feel like there's more to make and we can make more, but let's start with these. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the white ones, so I'm just gonna pick out some of the white tea lights. And I'm just gonna repeat that until I have all of the wax pieces out there. Now that we have all of our tea lights out of the little metal containers, we now want to remove the wick from them so that we can take the wick from here, add it to our shells, and then have all the wax separated so we can melt it on its own. And I guess I'm just gonna break this apart a little bit. And then I have this all ready, so I can just place it in one of the shells and we'll keep going.
Hey, I heard you got a new best friend. Yeah, it hurts a bit, I won't pretend that it doesn't matter that you're with someone else. In a way, that's how it's supposed to be. If I'm unable to make you happy,
we have our shells, we have our wicks. Just gonna set them where I want them to stay within our shells. So I've got my melted wax and I've got my shells with the wicks all set out and ready to go. So here we go. Okay, that's really difficult. Yeesh. Oh my gosh. Just embarrassing. Maybe I should pour this into a different container. So now we just have to give these some time to harden, and they're so small, I don't think it's gonna take that much time.
I saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground.
For my next candle, I was planning on using my soy wax that I have, but since I have probably just enough wax to make the candle left over for my tea lights, I'm just gonna go ahead and make it with this one. So this one's gonna be really easy. I'm just gonna grab one of my wood wicks and place it in the glassware that I have, and then I'll literally just dump this in there, choose a scent, and let it harden. So this is the next vessel I'm going to be using to make a candle. I thrifted this a while back and I just thought it was really cute. It's super thick glass and it has the two cute little handles on it, and I just thought the shape was pretty unique and the texture of the glass was unique as well. I don't know, what is this, an octagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 hexagon, is that right? Hexagon, pentagon is 5, hexagon, hexagon. I've got my melted wax right here for my tea lights, and I'm gonna choose one scent. I really want to do rose geranium, I think, which is one of my favorites. Here's a rose. I could probably mix those together, rose and rose geranium. There we go. And I've been doing a lot of stuff in between. And as you can see, this is still pretty melted. I might put it in the microwave just for like 30 seconds to melt the wax that sort of built up when I poured it into this glass. You have plenty of time to work with the melted wax is my point right now.
I'm used to give all I have. I'm used to get nothing back. Wherever I go, it's the same. There's no excuses, no one to blame. Sometimes
I feel like this one's gonna harden weirdly. Like it. Maybe it is because I waited a lot in between. Maybe it was when I added the oil, but it looks like really foamy. Interesting. Well, we'll see how it looks once it hardens.
Sometimes I can understand how it can be so hard to stay out of pain. But with you, everything has changed.
Last but not least, I have this thrifted jar. I'll be taking my soy wax, my wood wicks, and my essential oils to turn this into a cute, unique, one-of-a-kind candle. Let's get started.
Hello, how are you? I'm living on the moon.
While my wax is melting, I'm gonna pick out some scents for this next candle. This one, I want it to be more of like a warm winter scent rather than like the rose geranium that I had. So maybe like sandalwood mixed with like cedar wood or something. Definitely cedar wood. Where's my sandalwood? Where is it? Okay, so cedar wood for sure. And then I'm thinking rosemary with that, and maybe with bergamot. So I'll put all these other ones aside. That's my cue. I think with this one, we're only going to be able to fit one wick. Usually with larger candles, I do try to do more than one if we can, but since this one, the mouth is less wide than the actual jar, it makes sense that you can only have one.
The only other person here left many years ago, and now I sit here at the bar, feeling so alone. I've read all of the books I had and walked the planet round, but still the thing I'm looking for refuses to be found, except this clanging deep regret. Oh, I am such a fool, a man who wanted quiet, so he went up to the moon.
So not only are these candle DIYs creative and fun, but they're also really simple. And I love how you can do new materials or you can use thrifted materials to DIY these candles. In the future, if I were to do another shell candle DIY, I would probably try to find some more shells on the larger side. The largest shell that I had was like the perfect candle. The rest of them were like a little small, but still really cute, just sprinkled into your decor. I have some ideas for some DIY candles that I can make closer to Christmas time, so they'd be more like winter theme, Christmas theme candles. I would love to hear down below which candle DIY I made today was your favorite. Mine was the shells, just because it was like different than just a candle in a jar. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
I don't think about it. About